What's up, guys? Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you guys enjoy the content and want to see more of it. I appreciate the support and hope you guys enjoy.
Awesome.
Alright, so this is kind of risky. I'm looking for Luffy, Taro, Sanji, Zoro. I only have Zoro, but he can draw me into the other two.
Ooh.
So I think it's a keep.
Yeah, I think it's probably fine. As long as the Zoro finds the Luffy Taro. I think I have to be really aggressive in this matchup to kind of get some pressure before things get too late. And I have a teach, so I'm like pretty happy to kind of use that. No Jinbei, but we can find that later.
Alright, so I'll
All
go
right.
one down
Maybe
and pass.
my drop. Oops, my deck's upside down. I'm just gonna play a Sengoku here. Just try to find a Jinbei just to get a really explosive start. Speak of the devil. And here we go.
So your 4 dawn is looking pretty good. Just 5k and Jinbei. Either way, let's do leader effect first.
Yep.
Draw and do a 5k lead.
Yep. And I almost always take this first hit. You're going to be attacking my life or my board for a while.
So, alright, let's do Zorojuro. Checking top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have Luffy Taro. I also have Sanji. I don't have a body for the Luffy Taro, but I think I can high roll one off the draw next, so I'm just gonna grab Luffy Taro.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
And then I'll pass.
Awesome. And against you, I just want to do as many 7s as possible, so this teach is going to help facilitate that. Go teach, activate, put 2 down on top, and then swing 7 at life. Activate, putting in Jinbei, and Jinbei will put in a law to bounce my Sengoku and bounce your Zorojuro.
Sure. Since you bounced it back, I think if you didn't bounce it back, I might have took the life, but now I have too many cards in hand, so I'll counter out. I'll give you 2k, 1k.
Makes sense. And now I'm playing that Sengoku again, just trying to find extra bodies to put in play after this. And Weevil is kind of the best case scenario, so let's take that. And your go.
Right, so pretty wide board. Now let's try to slow it down. Let's do leader effect first, taking a life. And then 7 dawn. Turn's pretty simple, just Luffy Taro, so I have no extra dawn. 5k at your Jinbei.
Yep. I will give you a teach. You can't really get rid of them aside from like 7 cost Sanji, so I can just use the first one.
Yes, sir. Let's do Luffy Taro, returning dawn, playing out the Zoro you bounce. So luckily, I didn't have it in your play, but you bounced it back.
Like the win-win.
And then now I think I just need counters. So I have that. Can't risk taking any non-counters. The question is whether I need a 2k or a 1k. I think I would just take the 2k, just for any 6k swings. And then I will pass.
Awesome. And this is kind of my best turn to try to get you as low as I possibly can. And I'm just going to do that even at the cost of a little bit of extra card advantage. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start with a 7 at life.
7 is good. I have 7 in hand, so I have to play around pudding. That means I'll give you a 2k and another 2k.
Yep. And I'm actually going to use Teachability to put a card on top and not put any rested on, just so that I can get more 7k swings in. That now I'll go 7 at life, pay 1, putting in Boa. Look at the top 3. Put these on the bottom, and then put one of my rested Dawn onto the Jinbei.
So last one is 7, so no reason for me to counter this one. I can just counter the last one.
Yep, and then one last 7.
Sir, I think I do want to counter. How many cards do you have in hand?
At the moment, I have 4. Or sorry, 5.
5?
Miscounting.
Gotcha. I think I can counter so to stay healthy as well.
Yep. And your go from there.
So 5 in hand. I have 8 Dawn. I could take my life here and go down to 1, but I think I have to play without it. So let's just really go try to clean up this board. Let's go 5k at your Jinbei.
Yep. And I will give you a 2k Mihawk.
So let's go 6k at your Jinbei.
And another 2k in Crocodile.
So I could risk it and go put a Boa, but I don't think it's worth it. So let's go 8k at your Jinbei.
Yep, and Jinbei's gone.
Yep. Then I play Zorojuro, checking top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we just want counters, so we take the Usahachi.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll play out an Onami, since I have a thought, trash a non-counter 9-cost Luffy, and then draw 2. Then I will pass with 5 in hand.
Awesome. And we've gotten you relatively low on cards, but you still have 2 life, which is not the best feeling in the world. Let's draw for turn. I think I kind of need to continue with putting the pedal to the metal. So I'll start with a 7 at life.
Okay, 7 with 7 Dawn. Theoretically, you can go 8/8 or 7/9. I only have 5 in hand, so I'm not really scared of putting. I think either 8/8 or 9 is fine, so I'll take this. No trigger.
Yep. And then 2 Dawn on Law, and then do another 7.
Yep, and then that'll give you a 2k and a 1k.
Yep. Then I'll pay 4 Dawn for that Weevil I searched a while ago. Oops, draw. And then I'm going to use Teachability, put a card on top, and then put 2 Dawn on my leader. 7 at life, and then put in a Rested Weevil and draw a card.
And that'll get you to block.
Yep. Here you go.
Alright. Draw, and how many cards do you have in hand?
4 at the moment.
4. So let's do some more board cleanup. I think if we force some 7Ks, we're okay. So I do have Zorochiro for 4. He could draw me into Onami and give me another blocker, but I don't think that matters at this point. I think I just want to clean up board some more. Maybe, I think I will show my hand though. I play the Zorochiro just in case that changes my play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll pick the Giant, which is pretty good.
Yep.
So I will leave 1 down open, so I have 5 left over, which means I can swing 7, 7, 8, 8. I don't have anything else to play, so yeah, let's do that. Let's do 7k at your Law.
Yeah, Law's gone.
Let's do 8k at your Boa.
Boa can go.
Yep. Let's do. I really want to guarantee the kill, so we'll do 10k at your Weevil. I think you're gonna take a 5k at attack life anyway.
10, and you have 1 Dawn up.
1 down.
You have 4 cards.
5 cards now.
5. Okay, I think if I defend this, I'm in a pretty good spot. So I'm going to kind of sacrifice a lot of my cards because I think if I just like have 2 characters, it's really hard for you to survive. So 2, 2, 1.
Sir. Okay, so I'm glad I went 10 at that. Now we just go 5k at life and maybe race you down for next turn.
Yep. And I think I can just counter here, to be completely honest. I think it's just a lot safer too. Being at 4 life with 1 card next turn is going to be pretty hard for you to survive, even if I don't have anything. So.
Yes, sir. And I'll pass 5 in hand.
5. I'll get 2 done, 5 in hand. And now I have to deal with the headache of trying to attack when your opponent has Giant. I don't want to go too large because it makes the Giant a lot more useful, but I also want to force you to use it. So I'm going to see how the 7 ends up interacting with you and see how this goes.
Gotcha. So your last 2 cards, or last 9 Dawn, you can go 4 on Weevil, 4 on Leader, and then make it a 10,
10, 10.
10, 10.
Or like 9, 11. Or if I get the Teach involved, I can do some other stuff,
Right.
like 7, 7, 9.
Right. The biggest problem is the Teach, because you can easily pivot to another 7k, which might hurt. So I think I'm going to do the Giant now, ditching a Lupitaro and drawing 2.
And and now you're still at 5 cards, right?
I'm at 5 still, yep.
And then I can do 9 plus 11, which is probably just my best bet. And then kind of see how that goes. I think doing the 7 and then doing a subsequent 7 and then the 9 is probably also fine. But I think there's a lot of equity in just starting with the 9 and seeing how this plays out. So let's do a 9.
Yeah, so if I counter this, you can go 7 and then another 7, which is almost the same amount of cards, so I'll take.
Yep. And then I'll just do a 11 at life, no leader effect.
And I only have 3 2Ks. The Giant drew me into 2 more Giants.
Oh, geez, that's brutal.
So maybe if I had the first I can leave 1 extra Dawn open.
Yeah, you were in a good spot to survive too. I had to have like a fair amount of counter in my life, and it was just a bunch of 1Ks and no Gravity Blade triggers to deal with your characters. So you had a good shot of just like going for game the turn afterwards, which was nice.
Yeah, makes sense.
Hopefully this next one's good. Looking for Peronas and Buggies basically, or a Teach if need be. Speaking of the devil, we found the teach. I'll just pass on my 1 dawn turn though.
Okay, sounds good. And then I do have the Robin start, so I'll pass.
Yep. Well, my curve isn't spectacular, to be completely honest. I have a teach, which I'm going to use. I have like an yin use leader ability, but what I'm putting in play is like extremely lackluster. I'm just going to put in leader ability, put in Jinbei, and this is just going to put in law for turn.
Hey,
I don't think I'm going to use it actually. I could bounce the teach to get rid of your blocker, but I think it's kind of a waste. Actually, I probably just need to just to get make sure it's really hard for you to set up anything. So let's try that. Let's just bounce my teach.
gotcha. Well, since you did that, if you had kept the blocker, I would have kept it there, but I'm in putting range now, so I have to counter out. I'll give you a Kamazo and a Sanji.
Yep, here we go.
Draw. I'll do leader effect to draw a card, and then I'll do 5k at your Jinbei.
Yep, and I will give you a pudding. You seem pretty hyper aware about it countering at 5 life, so I'll just make sure I'm not using it.
And I'll play a kid, pass.
Awesome. Okay. Now I have to decide on how patiently I want to play this game, kind of based on what I found. I think we just drew a Sengoku, so the Sengoku is actually going to help a fair amount in terms of seeing if I can get extra card advantage to work with this teach. Ideally a Weevil or something along those lines. There's another law, which I'm definitely going to be using. And I think because of that, I'm probably just going to just use teach and put in law just to get extra swings in. Now I'm going to swing 5 at life. I can't make all of these swings big enough to go over the kids, so I just start with the 5 and see what you do about it.
Makes sense. So if you decide to go all in on my teach and use your leader ability, that's probably an 8k or 6-7, which is just 2 cards either way. If I don't block this, your law's probably coming in for 6, so I'm going to block this.
Yep, and you have 4 cards at the moment?
5 cards.
5. I really want to just swing at this, to be completely honest, for 8 and then see how you end up playing it. It just seems a little bit more fruitful. One thing I can try to do is try to start with a 5 at life, which I think I'm just going to do. And if you end up taking this, I'll just do the 7 at your life instead. So let's just go 5 at life.
It's pretty good. So if you let this go and be a 7k, I think I can get rid of this card. So I'll just give you a 1k.
Okay. Well, if you're at 4 cards, I think the 8 is worth it at the character. So I will end up doing the teach ability, put a card on top. And then let's do 8 at the kid, pay 1, put in law, and law is just going to bounce the Sengoku and nothing else.
Sure, and I'll give you a 2 and a 2.
Awesome, here we go.
Alright, and how many in hand now?
I have 3.
Okay, so let's do my leader effect first. Draw a card. Let's play out the law, check top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will grab, I'm at 8 Dawn. I'll grab the Onami actually. Which don't really want to play around Gravity Blade next turn, and I do want to clear some board. So I will just go. It's not a good way for me to play around Gravity Blade since I didn't draw a 7 cost. Maybe getting rid of the 7 cost was a mistake, but I had no more counters. I guess I will go to play around Gravity Blade. I'm going to do that. So we'll go 7k at your law.
Yeah, and with so few cards in hand, it's definitely not worth defending 7k swings. So
sure. Let's go 7k at your other law.
Yeah, and law's gone.
And then you have to play defensive and play Onami, ditching a Sanji, draw 2.
Yeah.
And then I'll pass.
And you have 4 cards at the moment?
4
or
cards.
Is it 3? Okay. Alrighty, well, draw. Let's see what I can work with. I still have the Sengoku, so maybe that alongside Teach can help me build a little bit better of a board. I could try to Gravity Blade, but I think being a little too patient with such a small board is probably a bad idea. So let's start with the Sengoku. Try to find something else to put in play. Weevil seems pretty close to ideal. I'm actually just going to start with the Weevil. And maybe hopefully draw a better character to play than the Crocodile that's currently in my hand. So draw. No luck on that department, but I still have some fine plays this turn. I can go 5 at life.
5 at life means an 8 might be coming up next. I have a blocker for that, but if you bounce that back, it might be a little annoying. And then you would swing big at my kid, but I think I will give you the counter.
Sure. I will use Teachability, putting a card on top. And I'm going to swing only a 7 at life. I think when I'm so low resource, I need to try to eke out every piece of card advantage I can. And in this case, playing the Croc off of leader ability, paying 1 and bounce my Sengoku is probably a better solution than swinging 8.
Yep. And then I want to play around Gravity Blade, so I don't want to leave 2 bodies that can be grabbed.
Yep. Here we go.
Okay, my kid survived, which is really good for me. That makes this next play a lot stronger. How many cards do you have in hand now?
Just 4.
Just 4. So we are kind of winning that race. So I will start out with a 5k at your Jinbei.
Yep, and I will give you a Jozu, because I think Jozu's a bit too slow for this matchup.
And let's go 6k at your Jinbei.
And I'll give you a Buggy.
And I'll play the Luffy for 9.
Ooh,
We'll get 1 down back. Oh, I should 7k actually. Ooh, actually, sorry. Yeah, I think this was
take it back.
7k.
Yep, 7 at Croc.
Yep, and we'll get that 1 down back, and then we'll draw for the Luffy effect.
Yep.
And then we'll do 9k at the Jinbei. Clean up the board a little bit. And then I will pass 1 down active.
Okay. And it's still 4 cards or so?
4 cards still.
Yep. Drop. Ooh, alrighty. Let's start with Sengoku. 3rd time's the charm. And there's a Moria here that I can use to pretty decent effect. So I think I'm going to take that and start with paying 4 for this Moria. Bringing back a Law, and I'm going to continue this card advantage train with the Sengoku. I'll start with a 7 at life.
At 7 at life, you can go for another 9 with your Teach. And if you do that, you can put me at 1, which I don't really like. So I'll just do the Giant now. Discarding a Lucataro and drawing 2 and staying at 4 cards.
These guys are a menace. Let's use leader ability. Putting 2 down on my leader. And with 4 cards, I know I said I want to be aggressive, but I really want to take this game kind of very defensively and try to deal with your characters as they come. So I'll try out an 8 at the kid, paying 1, and then playing Law to bounce my Sengoku.
That was the concern, but I don't think I can let you put me down to 1 life.
Yep. Get that Sengoku back out there. And what's better than 1 Moria? Another one, so let's take that. And your go.
Alright, so 2 rested bodies, and I have a 10k attacker now, so I think it's not a terrible position. 3 life. I think we could start out with 5k at your Law.
Yep, and I'll give you a 2k Buggy.
Sir. And how many hand now?
3.
Okay, let's take over the board and go 10k at your.
Yep.
Let's do another Luffy, -1.
Ooh,
sucks losing that kid there because now I'm going to be at 7 next turn of my Giant, but let's swing at the Law.
Yep.
Then I will pass with 5 in hand now.
Got it. Okay. Well, now I got to do a lot more less ideal things because I need to actually end this game relatively soon, especially when you do plays like that. Let's start with a Moria. Moria is going to actually bring back a Law. And I'm going to be using this Law to try to get this game over with relatively soon. And you still have 4 cards, right?
5 now.
5. Oh, too much card advantage.
The Giants.
Let's
gonna work.
I would love to do a 7 here, but I think it just makes more sense to do a 6 with this Moria.
Yeah, so a 6 probably means that you're playing another 4 cost and then doing the Teach effect. So I'm going to give you actually 2 1Ks. I don't have 2K.
Ooh, that's brutal. Does that want me to start attacking your board, or do you still have a giant some portion of the time? Because I can swing a 10, but I think that's probably a bit too wild. Um, let's just use leader ability, putting this on top, and then swinging a 7 at life, paying 1, putting in a law rested. Law is going to bounce both Moria and Sengoku.
And then we will use another giant.
Yep.
Pitching a Luffy Taro to draw 2.
Yep. And then I will put in Jinbei Moria and get in another character. In this case, I really just want to try to get as many characters in play while maintaining card advantage. So if that's the case, I think I guess this law might just do similar things. Yeah, let's just take the law. Oops. And you're go. A bunch of active characters to try to attack with for next turn.
Gotcha. So now not going to 10. I think I can take over that law pretty easily. Now the question is, what do I want to do for the rest of my Don? I think I want to swing 5k at your law, just because you're running pretty low on cards in hand anyway.
Yep, I'm gonna force you to attack a 10k into it, so I'll give you my Sengoku that I've been using so long this game.
I'll do you one better and swing 5k at it.
Oh, you're a monster. Yeah, law's gone.
Yep. So end up working out. So now we just try to race a little bit. Let's go 10 at lead.
Yep, and I'll take no trigger.
10 at lead.
Take this as well, no trigger.
And then yeah, you have a lot of 5k bodies. I wonder if you're gonna throw any 5k swings at them. So I do have Law or Kid or Sanji. I think just getting the Kid out just to get rid of any easy 5ks, because that's basically a 1k counter. And then I'll pass a 1 open again.
And you have 4 cards? 3 cards, okay.
3 cards now.
And you're down 2 giants or 3 at the moment?
I believe 2. 2.
Okay. Alright, you're making me do some work, but it should be fine. I don't like the fact that this Kid is in play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with... let me think. I'll actually swing with Jinbei for 6.
For 6, I will take no trigger.
Yep. I'm going to pay 6 for Jozu, actually. Bouncing Jinbei and then bounce that Kid. And with this situation where you gave those 2 1Ks to a 6 earlier, and I really don't have the opportunity to do more 7s, I'm just going to continue the 6 train. So let's go 6 at life with Moria.
That will give you 8k.
Yeah, let's get another 6 at life.
So it looks like a 7 is coming. In that case, I could stay healthy, or I could just counter out now. I think it's worth taking. No trigger.
And yeah, I'll use leader ability, putting in... Trying to figure out what the best course of action is. I think this teach is probably not relevant anymore, so I think playing over it's probably going to be fine. So I'm actually just going to use teach ability, putting in this on top, and then swinging 7 at life and putting in a Jinbei. Even though I'm getting rid of my teach, I think I just need to make as many characters in play happen as possible, so I can try to end the game the turn after. So Jinbei plus Weevil and draw.
And then I have the giant, so just save it for this attack. Set it 6k to draw 2.
And here we go.
Alright, and how many cards do you have in here?
I currently have 5.
5. Okay, so if we take over board, kill 2 characters, leave 4 open, and then try to survive there. I think that might be the plan. So we'll do 10k at the Moria.
Yeah, Moria's gone.
Then we'll do another 10k at the Moria.
Yeah, Moria's gone again.
And then now I'll do... I wonder which of these plays is better. I think we'll do just 5k at the Jinbei.
Yep, and I'll give you a law.
Yep. And now let's play a Kid for 5, and then a Robin for 2, and then another Robin for 2.
Ooh, okay.
And pass with 2 hand.
2 in hand. Alrighty. Let's get the power of Gravity Blade on the table. Gravity Blade, both a kid and one of the Nico Robin blockers.
Sure.
And I'm just going to get some swings in. Let's go 6 at life with
6
Weevil.
I'll give you a. So if I counter out of this, then you can go for another 6. Looks like your numbers left are 6, 7, 7.
Yep.
Otherwise, I think I will take this one. No trigger.
Alrighty, let's do 7 with Jinbei.
We'll block this one.
And then let's just do a 7 with Dofi, no effect.
So let's do a 2-1.
And then Jinbei for 6.
And then I only have a 1k.
Ooh,
Yeah.
brutal.
I had
2-1
Go ahead. For your last 2 attacks, so I can get out.
Oh, you needed a 2k. Yeah.
But then if you Jinbei, I just lose. I needed a 2k.
100%. My hand was actually all bricks. Funnily enough, if you went for lethal with that law the turn before, I very likely lost. I'm not sure if you can justify doing that, especially if you have all those blockers.
Right.
But it was kind of funny how like bricked up I was with all those counters or non-counters.
Makes sense. Yeah, I don't think what numbers would have gotten there. Like 6s.
Yeah, it was. If you start with a 6, and I think if it's like 6, 8, like 10, 10 or something like that, I think you would have been in a fine spot.
Gotcha.
You might be able to do more with a 2k body plus your leader. I'm not entirely sure about the exact math. It might have been like 7 plus 9. But I had 5 cards in hand. But
yeah, definitely spooky, especially when you have all those Morios on the board. I use it now, but I don't really ever refer to it as PCP. I'll pass. I usually just say it's PCP when I actually get the full curve, and I'm like, yep, that's PCP. And for those guys that watch it, they don't know, PCP is perfect curve purple Luffy.
Yeah. Got a good start over here. I got a Perona. I'll be stacking the top 5, and then I'll pass. Okay. Oh, you.
So on my next turn, let's take my life for my leader effect, and then do a 5k lead.
Yep, and definitely always taking the first one.
Yep. Now let's do the Zoro Juro, checking top 5. 3, 4, 5. I will take the Sanji, and then I will pass.
Okay. And I'll draw. And I think I'm just going to do the same thing that I did last time, which is this obnoxious Teach combination. Teach, put a card on top. But no Jinbei this game, so I think you'll be in a perfectly fine spot. Swing 8 at life, putting in Law, and bounce my Perona to bounce your Zoro.
And I actually don't have a 2k, so I think I want to take this.
Okay. And you go from there.
Which is very scary, but not having 2k does that to you sometimes. But I have a pretty regular turn, so let's do my leader effect. And then play out a Rush Sanji to rest your Teach.
Ooh, yeah, 5 plus 7, pretty good.
So let's do 7 at your Law first.
See how I want to react with this. I think I actually want to defend this because my next turn is actually kind of bad. So I'm actually going to give you 2k plus 1k.
Yes, sir.
And just try to get extra pressure.
Let's do 5k at your Teach.
Yeah, Teach gone.
And then I'll pass.
2 gone. And let's keep up that pressure. Let's do a 7 at life.
Okay, so no pudding is good news for me. So I'll do a 2 and a 1.
Yep. And then let's do Perona. Look at the top. See if there's a Jinbei this time. Still no luck, but there's a Weevil, so not going to complain too much. That, and then let's throw that. Yeah, 7 at life, and then put in Weevil and draw a card.
And how many do you have in hand?
I currently have 5.
Okay, so I can do a lot more things if I counter this, even though I don't want to. Or I can risk a 2, 4, 6, 8. That means I'll go to 10 if I draw these 2. And then I'll be at 8, so I'm still at risk of putting, so I think I have to counter this one. I'll give you a Sanji, Kid.
Ooh, okay. Here we go.
At least I didn't get pudding.
Yeah, that's true.
And how many hand?
5. 5.
Okay, so I think I want to take over board if I can. So if I go 2k above both characters, that's 7 here and 8 there, leaving me 5 down. I don't
Yep.
know if that's good enough. So let's just do the easy thing first and do 7k at your law and not invest any down.
Yep.
And you have 5.
Guys. Yep, 5.
I don't think hitting that Weevil, it's a good idea. So I will go. Well, it could be because I don't want to play too many bodies either and play around Gravity Blade. You don't have Teach, so if you do Gravity Blade, you only have 1 down left over. But I think pushing to Gravity Blade and swing 6/6 might be okay. So I'll just go. Tough one. So let's just go 5 at 8.
Yep. And this 5, I think I can take. You don't have a scary enough board where like going to 3s that's scary, so should be fine.
Let's go Zorjuro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll take a 2k.
Yep.
And then let's play another Zorjuro. Check top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll take the Giant. Is that really the best option? Yeah, and then I'll pass.
Awesome. Currently 6 cards?
6 cards now.
Okay. Alrighty, for me, drawing that, and I have to kind of figure out what I want to do with my turn. I think I want to kind of try to apply pressure if possible and kind of see how he reacts to a 7k at life.
Yes, sir. So he has 7 down left over. You can assume 3 is for leader, leaving him to play a 4 cost as well. You could pivot to Sanji, but then that gives us more time. So I'll just go 2-1.
Yep. And actually, since you ended up countering out of that swing, I'm actually pretty content just doing a singular 5 and playing the Grav Blade that was in my hand. Just wanted to give myself that option when I started with the 7, so
Yes, sir.
5 at life.
And for that, I'll give you a. I think this Robin is okay.
Yep, and let's Gravity Blade the 2 characters. Just slow this game down while I'm still getting a bunch of cards out of your hand with the swings, and then I'll pass to you.
Alright, so we kept our 2 life, and how many cards do you have in hand?
Now I have 6.
6 cards in hand. So we could go with the Weevil, but then that's just letting you make your leader a 6k, so I don't really like that. So I'll go 7k at leader.
Ooh, that leader is kind of scary, but I'll take that for sure.
Sir, I was hoping to do a counter, so you take this next 5k, but in that case, I think I will go a little bit more hard and go 9k at leader.
Okay, I think I have to take this and just try to make this game a little bit more precarious, but I get to defend my board in some way, shape, or form.
Sir, and then I'll play out Kid and pass.
Yep. Kid, and you have 4 cards at the moment?
Just 3.
3, okay. Let's draw. And I think I'm going to do some boring stuff this turn and just play Boa. And then kind of see how that plays out. Let's start with the Boa. See if I find a second Boa in here. If I do, it makes my attacks a little bit better. There's no relevant character to put in play here, so I think I'm actually going to bottom these. And then attach a rested character to my leader. There was a Buggy, but I think the Buggy is just a little too bad to put in play this turn. And then now I'll swing a 7 at life and pay 1. Let's see what the blind hit reveals. Moria. Moria's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'll bring back a 2k to make sure that it's really hard for you to close the game out.
Mm-hmm. And then unless the next attack's a 10k, because I do have Giant, but if he forces a 10k, that means 1 less body he can play. So I think I'll take this.
Yep. And now I have to decide whether I want to play another character or if I want to try to make sure you go to 0. The problem is you still have this Dawn up, so trying to just like try to a bunch of pressure with a Giant actually might not even do what I want it to. So I think just spending my time to play another Weevil, drawing another card, and going for lethal next turn is probably a better idea. So year go from there, and I got a full grip. 9 cards in hand.
9 cards, so I'll draw per turn. So now I gotta decide whether I want to go for life and ratio or just to clear 1 body and then go for life. My numbers aren't that great because I want to play Luffy for sure this turn. I think I want to keep Kid Blocker up. So maybe whatever we draw here will affect it. I am giving my hand away a little bit, but I think whatever I draw here also affects what I get. So I'm gonna do the Don minus, draw.
Yep.
Then I'll get the Don back. Now I have 2 Don to work with.
Mhm.
So in that case, I'm thinking about whether I want to keep this block kid up or I want to swing at him. I think if I keep him up, it's hard for you to go for lethal, and I can kind of race you here. Let's swing the 7k at your leader first.
And I think I actually have to go for game this next turn, so I'm actually just going to take this and be able to just defend all the swings that might come my way. So I'll just take this, no trigger.
And then let's do a 9k leader or 10k leader.
Yep. Let's go block. 2-2-1. Just try to preserve my counter. Kind of make this relatively easy.
Yes, sir. And since you blocked right now, I can swing the 5k.
Yep. And I'll give you a teach.
Then I'll pass.
Okay. I realized I forgot to attack with the Weevil last turn, but it should be fine.
Oh, I thought you kept them up on purpose so that I wouldn't swing into it.
Oh no, I meant to just always swing with them because I was at 1. There's no reason to leave up a body.
I see.
But it should have been fine. Let's just try to see if this can go for lethal. Let's go 7 at life with Weevil.
Yes, sir. For that, I'll give you a. Let's see. If we math out the rest of your attacks, you make them all even. 7k, you can give Weevil 1, 1, 2, 2. So that's another 6 down, leaving 3 down left over. So you can go 7, 8, 8, 8, 8. Yep. I had to play around Perfume as well. So for this attack, let's just give you a Giant.
Yep.
Turning 2 down and discarding a Bond play. Draw 2 cards.
Yep. Okay. You discarding a 1k is pretty telling about what your hand was, at least before you did that. So you probably have at least like 1-1, if not better, maybe 2-2 or 2-1. So there's no reason to do something like a 6. So continue the 7 train.
And in that case, we'll give you another 2 and a 1.
Yep. Let's do another 7 with Moria.
Okay, and we had to play around Femur. So the rest of your attacks, if you split it evenly, you can also pivot to Perona too. So you have 6 Don. If I take this, you split it in half and go 8, 9. But I can't take it because I play around Femur as well. If I counter this, you'll probably make Perona a 6k. I think I will actually use another Giant.
Okay.
Discarding another Giant, going to.
Oh, geez.
And I have
Alrighty.
3 in hand.
You have 3 in hand, so I don't really know too much about the rest of your hand, but I think I just have to get some big swings in. So looks like it's just 6, 6, 7. Let's see if this 6 is good. 6 with Boa.
Yes, sir. And then you can still play Josu, but then you won't have another attack, so I'll just give you a 2k.
Yep, and I am just dead from here.
GG.
Bunch of counter. GG's. The Giants are really, really good.
Yeah,
I think I should. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I need to see like 2 or 3 of them in order to keep up the resource war.
Yeah, 100%. I think attacking with that Josu might have helped a little bit, again, making sure you had 1 less 2k, but honestly didn't think it mattered much with double Giant, so.
Right, makes sense. So yeah, this matchup, I mean, whoever goes first definitely is in the advantage.
100%.